Hello everyone. Welcome to the new session of Pulses Part 2. In this session, we are going to study about the different types of pulses that are found in India. They are Bengal gram, pigeon pea, lentil, pea, mung bean, black gram, and black eyed pea. So all these different types of pulses we are going to cover up in this particular session. So some of the important pulses that are grown in India are Bengal gram, that is Sycir pigeon pea, Cajanus cajan, lentil, Lens culinaris, pea, Pisum sativum, mung bean, Vigna radiate, and black gram, Vigna mungo, and the black-eyed pea, that is Vigna unguiculata. So these are the different pulses that are found in India. So the first one, that is the Bengal gram, and its scientific name is Sycir-Agri. So the Bengal gram closely related to the chickpea family, and it is yellow lentil, means when it is uncovered with you can see in the figure that they are brown covered. Okay, when it is uncovered, then you get the yellow lentil, rounded one side and flat on the other. So the Bengal gram is one of the earliest cultivated legumes. So this one is the earliest cultivated legume, and in Indian cuisine it is popularly known as chana dal. So it is called as chana dal in Indian cuisine. And there are a lot of other things that are made by this particular gram, right? So there is a chana dal flour also, with many dish can be prepared, and we all know that. So the Bengal gram seeds are small and dark and have a rough coat. So you can see the rough coat, that is brown in color. Sometimes it is dark brown also. Bengal gram seeds are small and dark and have a rough coat, and it is majorly cultivated in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iran, and also in Mexico. So these are the different country in which this particular pulses, that is the Bengal gram, is grown popularly. And the major Bengal gram producing states are Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. So these are the very important point, that these are the different state in which Bengal gram are grown in majority, right? So why it is grown in these states? Because the soil that helps to grow this particular Bengal gram is found in these states, right? That is rich in iron. Next one is the pigeon pea, that is Cajanus cajan, very important, and the commonly called as pigeon pea, no eye pea, no eyed pea, tropical green pea, and also cajan pea. So these are some of the important common name of this particular pulses, right? Pigeon pea, that is Cajanus cajan, is one of the most common tropical and subtropical legumes cultivated for its edible seeds. So this is one of the highly protein rich common tropical, that is grown in common tropical and subtropical region of the country, and it is having highly edible seeds. So this is one of the very famous pulse that grown in India, right? And pigeon pea is the fast growing, hardy, widely adaptable, and drought resistant. Very important, it is drought resistance, right? So they can be grown in availability of less amount of water, and they are very fast growing. So this is one of the reason that this particular type of pulse, that is favor to grow, right? Because of its drought resistance, it can be considered of utmost importance for the food security in areas where the rainfall is not reliable and the droughts are likely to occur. So this particular types of pulse is favored in those areas of the country where in which less amount of rainfall is occurring every year, right? And it is one of the important pulse for the food security also. It is having drought resistance capacity, so that is why they are grown in the region where the less rainfall is there. Pigeon pea is an erect, short-leaved perennial legumes shrub that usually grow to a height about 1 to 2 meter. And but can reach up to 2 to 5 meter high also, but normally they are grown at the height of 1 to 2 meter. Okay, and it quickly develops a deep 2 meter depth poisonous taproot. So this is one of the very important. They are having a taproot that can grow 2 meter deep in the soil. So, though mainly cultivated for its edible seed, Cajanus cajan can be considered a multi-purpose species. It is a multi-purpose species, right? Because the stems are good of a fuel source. Stems can be used as a fuel source, right? Valued for the pigeon pea's fast growing habit. It is selected for growing this particular crop because it is a very fast growing habit, and though their energy value is half that of charcoal, it is having half value than charcoal, but still because of its very fast growing habit, it is favored to grow everywhere. Stems and branches of the pigeon pea are also used for making baskets. So this is also one of the important aspects of growing this particular pulse. Among other uses of pigeon pea, the trials have shown a potential use of raw material for paper pulp. So some of the trials has been done to use its fibers, stem fibers, to make the paper pulp. Pigeon pea also contribute to the environment through its use in alley cropping and as a windbreak cover crop. It is a windbreak cover crop, means it is having a height up to 2 meter, right? So it can stop the wind, right? So it can be grown as a windbreak, also a cover crop, shade plant, and also for the green manure. So these are some of the important aspects of growing this particular pulse. Despite it gives you its seeds that is used for making pulse. The leaves and the pods are valuable and palatable protein rich fodder. So its pod and leaves are also used for the fodder for our livestock. The seeds can be fed to poultry also. So its seeds are also used as a food for our poultry. In terms of area and the productions, it is majorly grown in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. So these are some of the states of India in which this pigeon pea, that is Cajanus cajan, is grown in majority. Next, third one is the lentil, that is Lens culinaris. Lentil is a legume mainly grown for its edible seeds. So this particular pulse is grown because of its edible seed. It is an annual, bushy and herbaceous plant that can reach up to 60 to 70 meter height. Means its height is less than the one that is Cajanus cajan, right? So it is an annual plant. It is a bushy and herbaceous plant, and it can reach to the height of 60 to 75 centimeter. The stems are quite hairy, means they are having small hairs at the stems, and those hairs are called as ramenta. Slender and mainly branched, so the stems are quite smaller in height, that is slender, and it is having lots of branch. So it is having branching. The leaves are pinnately compound, ending in a tendril or bristle. So they are having tendrils. Why? Because the plant is herbaceous. To get a support from its surrounding, right, it ends in a tendril. So it is something like this. The leaves are there, pinnately compound leaves, right, and the top of the leaves transformed into tendrils. The 5 to 16 leaflets are opposite, oblong and elliptical, 30 to 20 millimeter long and 2 to 8 millimeter broad. So this is the description of the type of leaf that are present in lentil. So it is having basically 5 to 16 leaflets in opposite arrangement. So what is opposite arrangement? We have studied in morphology of the flowering plants, right, for the class 12th syllabus. So this is opposite arrangement of leaf, right? So it is having 15 to 16 leaflet like this, right, oblong or elliptical. So this is the shape of this leaflet, and 30 to 20 millimeter long. So this is the height, and this is the breadth, that is 2 to 8 millimeter broad. The papilionaceous flower vary in color from white to purple. So they are having different colors of flowers, right? So it varies from white to purple and are borne on 2 to 5 centimeter long axillary raceme. So this is the inflorescence, type of inflorescence in papilionaceae, that is raceme type. The fruits are quite small, laterally compressed pods that contain 2 or 3 lens shaped, and that is why it is called as lentil, because the seeds are quite lens shaped, gray, green, brownish, pale red or black seeds sometimes. The size of which depends on the cultivar type and ranges from 2 to 9 millimeter to 2 to 3 millimeter. Lentil byproducts are sometimes used for animal feeding. So sometimes its byproducts are also used for feeding our livestock. Surplus lentil are called lentils unsuitable for the human consumption, are sometimes fed to our livestock due to their low price. So that is surplus lentil when it is not get consumed by the human, okay, so that can be fed to our livestock. So lentil screenings are the byproducts of clearing the lentil seeds. So we take out some of the seeds that are not good, so that is called lentil screening, and that becomes a byproduct, okay, and that can be used for feeding our livestock. The main consists of whole and broken lentils, that is cereal grains, wheat seeds, chaff, and the dust lentil bran called chunni in India. So this is a very favorite, you can say, a food for the livestock, that is called chunni, okay, and this is actually lentil bran. Or lentil hulls are the other envelopes of the lentil resulting from the dehulling operation. So here you can see this is used for chunni. This is the chunni that is used for our livestock food, feeding our livestock. Lentil straw is the crop residue of the lentil harvesting from the threshing process. So when the lentil seeds are threshed off, the residues are there, and that is called as lentil straw. It includes broken branches, pod walls, leaflet. Lentil plant that cannot be harvested can also be used as a forage. So once it is not harvested, okay, so that can also be used as a forage. But its broken branches, pod walls and leaflets are also used for feeding our livestock. Lentil are grown as a summer crop in the temperate countries where the winters are cold, and winter crop in subtropical areas. So this is the description in which season and in which area of the country this particular lentil is grown. In the tropics, they can be cultivated at higher altitude, that is above 1800 meter during the cool season. So basically this is the winter crop, and the lentil grow under a wide range of average temperature, that is 6 to 27. So you can see it is grown at 6 temperature, that is quite low, at a moderate even. So it is having a broad range of the temperature favored by this particular type of pulse, but does not do well in the humid and hot tropical condition. But it is not required very high temperature. So the region where that is quite humid and the tropical are not favorable for its growth. Intense or the prolonged frost as well as the temperature above 26 degrees centigrade are deleterious to its growth. Lentil do well with 750 mm annual rainfall and a marked dry period before harvest. So they require a quite dry region, dry period, right, before it get harvested. And the rainfall, that is 750 mm annual rainfall it required. India is one of the leading producers of the lentils in the world, and the top 5 lentil producing states are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Chhattisgarh. So these are some of the states in which the lentils are grown in majority. Next is the P, that is Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum is an annual plant with erect or a climbing stem. So they are having climbing stem, that is 15 to 300 centimeter long. It is a well-developed taproot up to 120 centimeter long with many lateral roots. So this is about the taproot, and they are having the climbing stems. Garden pea is a plant of the temperate zone but can be cultivated at a higher elevation above 1000 to 1200 meters in the tropics. So they are basically, the garden pea is a temperate zone plant, okay, but it can be grown at a very higher altitude also, right? So it grown best in the areas where the annual daytime temperatures are 10 to 24. So they do not require a very high temperature, low to moderate they favor, but they can tolerate 4 to 30 degrees centigrade, right? So grows best in sunny position when there is a lot of sun in the winter season. So that is the best growing time, and require well-drained moisture retentive soil. So they also require a lot of moisture that should be present in the soil. Immature seed pods, that is the raw or cooked, okay. The seeds are, it can utilized in both the way, cooked also and raw also. The young seed pods have a sweet flavor, right? So it can be eaten raw. But there is usually only a thin layer of flesh with the fibrous layer beneath it. Some forms, however, have a swollen, fiber-free and a very sweet flavor sweet seed pod, which is eaten when immature. So when the new crop, okay, the new crop of the pea, basically it is quite sweet. So that is favored and it is eaten raw form. Immature seeds are raw or cooked, sweet and delicious. They can be added to salads or lightly cooked. A nutritional analysis is also available for this particular pea. The mature seeds are rich in protein. Okay, so this is quite rich in protein and can be cooked as a vegetable or added to soup, etc. So there are many dishes which require pea. Okay. They can also be sprouted and added to salad, soup, etc. The mature seed can also be dried and ground into a powder and then used to enrich protein content of flour when making bread. So seeds are sometimes powdered, okay, and it is added to the flour through which the bread is made, just to enhance the protein content of the bread. The major growing states are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, that contribute 75% of the total production of the pea. These two states, right, that is 75%, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. And other than these states are Bihar, Assam, Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Odisha and also the field pea growing these states. Okay. Next is the mung bean or Vigna radiata. Mung bean or mung bean, golden gram. It is also called as a golden gram, green gram, sclera bean, Jerusalem pea, or sometimes commonly name of the Vigna radiata. Okay, the mung bean, that is Vigna radiate, is a legume cultivated for its edible seeds. Okay, so this particular bean, that is mung bean, is cultivated for its edible seeds. Its seeds are edible and sprout across Asia. So this is also used in a form of sprouts. There are three subgroups of the Vigna radiata. One is cultivated as Vigna radiata. Okay, subspecies is radiata, and the two are wild, that is Vigna radiata subspecies sublobata and the Vigna radiata subspecies glabra. The mung bean plant is an annual, erect or semi-erect. So basically it is an annual plant and it is sometimes erect but sometimes semi-erect also, reaching to the height of 0.15 to 1.25 meter. Okay, it is slightly hairy with well-developed root system. The mung bean is a major edible legume seed in Asia, that is India, Southeast Asia and East Asia. So basically it is well grown, favored mung bean, that is a pulse that is grown in Asia and also eaten in the southern Europe and in the southern USA. The mature seed provide an invaluable source of digestible protein for human in place where the meat is lacking or where the people are mostly vegetarian. So this is one of the pulse that is favored by the vegetarian people or where the meat is in lack form. Okay, not much amount of meat is available. So there this particular type of pulse is favored, and also to the people who are vegetarian in nature. Mung bean are cooked fresh or dry. So sometimes they are cooked fresh or sometimes they are cooked as dry also. They can be eaten whole or made into flour, soups, porridge, snacks, bread, noodles and ice creams even. So they can be eaten whole or made into flour. Whole means they can be used as a whole seeds. Okay, or it can be changes into flour. Right, so it can also be used in making soups, porridge, snacks, bread, noodles and ice cream. Split seeds can be transformed into dal in some ways as a black gram or the lentil. Mung beans can be processed to make starch noodles. It is also available in the form of processed form, that is starch, used to make starch noodles, that is vermicelli, bean thread noodles, cellophane noodles or even the soap. Next one is the black gram, that is the Vigna mungo. Very, very important. The black gram is one of the important pulses crop grown throughout the country. The crop is resistant to adverse climatic conditions, so they can grow in a quite adverse climatic condition even, and improve the soil fertility by fixing atmospheric nitrogen in the soil. So they are used as a nitrogen fixing the atmospheric nitrogen also. So they are quite good for the improving the fertility of the soil, right? The pulse black gram plays an important role in Indian diet as it contains vegetable protein and the supplement to cereal-based diet. So, if we are totally dependent on a lot of cereal for our diet, then we can use this particular type of pulse, right? And it is an important role in Indian diet. So it contains about 26% protein, which is almost 3 times that of the cereals and other minerals and vitamins, right? So it is one of the substitute for the people whose food is totally based on the cereal based food, right? So beside, it is also used as a nutritive fodder, especially for the milch animal. So it is also used as a fodder crop for milch animals. So it is grown in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, okay, and these are some of the major states that are black gram growing states, okay. The highest yield was recorded by the state of Bihar, that is 898 kilogram per hectare, followed by Sikkim, that is 895 kilogram per hectare, and the Jharkhand, that is 890 kilogram per hectare. During the Kharif, it is cultivated throughout the country. It is best suited to the rice fallow during the Rabi in the southern and the southeastern parts of India. Black gram needs relatively heavier soil than the green gram. So there is a totally different type of soil that is quite heavier soil that is required by the black gram. Black-eyed peas. Next one is the black-eyed pea, that is also called as Vigna. That is the scientific name actually, Vigna unguiculata. Black-eyed peas are the variety of the cowpea. So it is one of the variety of the cowpea and are part of the family of beans and peas, that is Leguminosae or Fabaceae. Right? Although called pea, it is actually a bean. Though it is called a pea, that is black-eyed pea, but it is actually belong to bean. Both peas and beans are legumes and both have edible seeds and pods. So whether it is a pea or bean, they are that is the legume family. That is okay, Leguminosae, and both are having the edible seeds, and the seeds are present in the form of pods. So here you can see this is a pod, and if we open the pod, we can see the seeds that are arranged in this form, right? So this is a pod. The black-eyed pea originates from the West Africa and has been cultivated in China and India since prehistoric time. So it has been grown in our country from the prehistoric time, but this particular pea, that is black-eyed pea, has been originated in West Africa. In non-tropical climates, this heat-loving crop should be sown after all danger of frost has passed, the soil is warm. Seed sown too early will rot before germination. So here you can see, and it is also called as lobia, right? Black-eyed peas are extremely drought tolerant. So this is one of the favored pulse that can be grown in a less availability of water region. So excessive watering should be avoided. So actually it doesn't require a lot of water. So though you are having a lot of water availability, we should not provide a lot of water to this crop. Black-eyed pea can help improve digestion for some people due to their fiber content. So it is having a lot of fiber, so that is good for our health, which can help promote regular bowel movement. Okay, so this is all about pulses. We have covered the pulses, different types of pulses that are grown in India. Okay, so this is the end of this particular topic. Thank you very much.